Hey everybody, my name is Tommy Hogan, and I was the director of To Right or Wrong. And so when I was making this film, I really wanted to parody 50 sitcoms for the conservative and conservative ideas of gender roles. And I figured if I was to replicate 50 sitcoms in such a way that a smart audience would be able to see my findings and be able to laugh at the parody from there.
I'm home.
And so you can see that through my first two shots of the intro and as he walks through the door, because that's pretty much straight replicas from shows like Father's Know Best. And the line sugar doll is used in a bit of a sexual meaning to sort of
Can you put it on channel 3?
sort of show their relationship in a different way and just add a bit of comedy to it all. And so that we see that Jane's a bit of a submissive and
No.
Charlie's a bit of a dom.
Sorry, I'm not writing that. No, it's stupid
And
and it makes no sense.
The voiceover was able to
fine.
take us
It's
out of that
absolutely not
film
fine.
world and into the
What are you
screenwriter's
talking about?
world.
This
And
is
by
how
the way,
Colin Hostin
Danielle
was
and
written.
Christian
It works for
were
I Love Lucy.
absolutely
it works for the Brady
awesome
Bunch,
to
and
work
it works
with.
for I Dream of Jeannie.
Like,
It's
they were
fine,
great
it
actors,
works.
they were super
Really?
enthusiastic, and I
I'll
just
tell you
love the
why it's
chemistry
not.
between the two characters in the screenwriter's world. And I'll get onto that after this scene here. So this scene here, it was just a complete character flip. And my original goal was to make everything identical, from the cinematography to the dialogue.
Dinner will be in
But that
5
kind of
minutes.
stuff, we had a bit of a tight schedule, so I wasn't really able to control that.
Oh, you're the best
And
sugar
you'll
doll.
be able to notice that we use the line sugar
Why
doll
don't you
again.
just sit back and relax
So, but this
until
time it
you've
has
had
a
an exhausting
different
day
meaning
at work?
because of how the roles are flipped.
Would you like me to put
And
the
as
TV
well
on?
as the
Yes,
the
can you
clothes
put it on
changes
channel
has also supports the gender flips.
Back and relax.
And yeah, and I feel like the only uncomfortability that a audience member will get out of this scene is from their own perspective of the two different gender roles.
Okay.
And yeah, so the
I see what you
chemistry
mean, but
between the two
it hasn't always been like
characters.
this.
I
You
feel
can't
like
just flip it.
Danielle's character
But I think-
represents a more, more wanting of change
But you
and
can't.
original ideas. And so
But I
Charlie,
think
for example, he's more opposed to change.
Look,
He
all I'm
fears
saying
change.
is that women just don't put up
And
with that
that's-
stuff anymore.
I kind of
Times
in the
have
middle
changed.
of their two
That was
characters,
then,
which
this is
allows me
now.
to
That's what I'm
empathize
saying,
with
this
both
is
of them
now,
and be able
but
to get the
why?
most out of the two
Charlie,
characters.
nowadays she would be working.
And while
wouldn't
yes, I do agree with people who say this message is a little blatant,
So this
I feel like that's
servant
kind of
slash
important,
maid stuff is
considering that we have
fine.
7 minutes, and I really wanted to get a whole lot shown to the audience in the 7 minutes.
This is how it would play
so
out
I
if
kind of had to
nothing
make a few things
changes.
more blatant than others. And yeah, as we get into the next scene, we see Jane is now sleeping on the couch because she is now working as well and tired, and Charlie just doesn't seem to understand
Honey.
that. And we can see as an audience member, the slip is just there. The symbolism behind that being how Jane is now sleeping on the couch and she's just not going to put up with it anymore. They're more sort of equals, but they don't respect each other.
Where's
so
my dinner?
equals who don't respect
And
each other.
my slippers.
And
Serious?
yeah, so Charlie,
Just got home from work
I
10
don't
minutes
want people
ago.
to dislike Charlie,
If you
which is
want
why I want
dinner,
us
cook.
to keep on his perspective rather than Jane's,
But-
as it has been in the other scenes.
I mean, what about
As
my
if-
evening paper?
We keep it on Jane's perspective, it would have made Charlie unlikable, and he does love Jane. He just doesn't know how to show it, as well as he's just expecting a few things from her, as he is an old-fashioned guy. And the flowers that he brings her, it's just tradition. It's not wanting to have a servant. It's just his traditions and ways of thinking of things.
I think you're right.
And yeah, final,
you saying? We need to
final
rewrite her
screenwriter
character or
scene,
his character?
and then the montage.
I'm
I made
saying
this scene a
we
little
need to rewrite it.
brighter in the way it's lit, to sort
That's a lot
of
of
reflect
work. We're
on
gonna be
the
up all
positive
night.
conversation and how their chemistry has finally come together, and they're both really, really keen on making
cup of
this
tea?
new great script that's going to show both genders and both characters on an equal role and an equal importance. And this montage was absolutely great. It was probably the most fun we had all day on set. And I kind of suggested it originally haphazardly as like a possible thing that we might do. Wasn't really keen on it. I just kind of chucked it out there as a possible idea. But our producer absolutely loved it. He said, "We are doing that 100%." And it was so much fun. because we were just able to think of a whole different clever camera shots and different gimmicks that we could have done to show the passage of time. So we used like the different lightings in the room to show the day and night cycle, and the coffee on the table and the garbage in the bin. So just the ideas, the stress, but also the reward that's going to come out of this, because it's just going to be much more rewarding script to the two screenwriters, and that's what we wanted. It's just this bit here actually, which I'd consider to be my favourite part of the montage, because you know how they just go crazy. I think it's kind of funny. And yeah, it was actually the Boom Operative, as I've mentioned before, who did this part. So this is my favourite scene in the whole film, and as I've mentioned a lot, like a broken record, I love the use of symbolism, and they use it a lot in this scene. For a start, the fact that they come through the door together symbolises that Screen Jane and Screen Charlie are equals now, and this is supported by the fact that rather than having one cook for the other, they brought home takeaway food. Their kisses are also a lot more believable and genuine. I also saturated the colours in this scene to make it look even more special than the other scenes in the movie, and it also reflects more on the ideas of modern attitudes. So my purpose behind this final shot was to add some sort of impersonal interpretation to the film. I personally believe it alludes to the fact that the two characters we're seen on screen are actually the two writers and not the characters, and that it was all just a TV show, and now this is the modern perspective of our society.
I'm home.
And it just ends like that, and I think it's a fantastic ending. So yeah, thank you very much for watching the director's commentary of To Right and Wrong. I plan to make more films in the future, and yeah, it was so much fun making this one, so thank you very much.
Honey, go get us los dos.